I mean, I'm just trying to find out, because what I do in my personal life is my personal life.
Correct.
And what someone else does in their personal life is their personal.
Won't be doing all that. And I don't know if it's because he's a man, but he don't be doing all the extra falling out stuff with him.
I seen him some on something. He's like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum, act like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh, yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this man
seen
is
that
broke.
too.
There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is,
I don't know
where the money went to.
Exactly.
You know what? Yeah, what y'all say earlier?
Floyd Mayweather's daughter is now speaking up, joining Shannon Sharpe in raising concerns about Floyd's financial situation. On a recent episode of Undisputed, Sharpian NFL Hall of Famer known for his straight talk called out the strange contrast between Mayweather's flashy lifestyle and rumors that he may be dealing.
All other great Joe Louis had this problem. Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement in 55 to sell.
Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back. On air, he pointed out that Floyd Mayweather has been in this kind of trouble before, like when he owed $6 million to the IRS. What don't you understand? Sharpe said, clearly frustrated. You're all over Instagram and Twitter showing off stacks of cash, living large, and yet you won't pay the people you owe. Sharpe's words weren't just speculation. They were a direct hit to Mayweather's image of endless wealth. This recent wave of criticism comes after Floyd reportedly asked the IRS for relief on taxes dating all the way back to 2015. On top of that, his gym reportedly shut down due to unpaid staff, and there have been multiple claims about his growing debt.
We saw other greats. Joe Louis had this problem.
He did.
Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement in 55 to settle a debt with the IRS. And even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence.
According to court documents, Mayweather says he does have a lot of assets, but most of them are tied up and hard to access. His legal team claims he's expecting a big payday within the next 60 days that should allow him to pay off what he owes. Then came Yaya Mayweather, Floyd's oldest daughter, who added her voice to the conversation on Instagram. At first glance, her post looked like a proud shout-out to her father's fearless business moves. But in reality, it raised even more questions about whether Floyd's wealth is real or just for show. In her Instagram story, Yaya highlighted a major moment in Floyd's career, buying himself out of his top-ranked contract back in 2006 for $750,000. She quoted him saying, "I bought myself out of my contract for $750,000 and then made $750 million from 3 fights," referring to his mega bouts with Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, and Conor McGregor. Those fights were supposed to have made him the richest boxer.
Understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion, Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
But the way Yaya shared it, the timing, the tone, it didn't really feel like she was celebrating financial security. It felt more like she was pulling back the curtain. What she seemed to show is that Floyd never built lasting wealth in the traditional sense. To Yaya, her father was always placing huge bets on himself, and for a long time, those bets paid off. Again and again, he won. But now that the fights have stopped and the spotlight is fading, things are starting to crack. It looks like Floyd Mayweather never had a stable financial system behind him. He was the system. And that system only made money as long as he was in motion, fighting, flashing cash, and moving money around like chips on a casino.
That he's not sure he wants to fight anymore. And I think he's saying what he really believes. That doesn't mean that he won't fight. See, so I had lunch with some guy who knows Floyd. He's not that he's in the inner circle, but he knows him. And he said Floyd only likes to fight and wants to fight when he's broke. If he has money, he don't want to.
Floyd's real estate deals, his strip clubs, his fleet of luxury cars, all been seen by some as pieces of a bigger illusion. Nothing about his empire ever seemed built to last, and Yaya's post, subtle as it was, served as a quiet reminder. Everything her father built started with a gamble, not a financial plan, not a long-term legacy. Just a high-stakes bet that, for years, paid off. But now, with the game slowing down, the cracks are becoming harder.
Gambling debt. Floyd, okay, and he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at